Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coleen and this is Lochabay Stitches and this is Flosstube number 15. So you know the drill, happy Tuesday, and another week has flown by, leaving me wondering where did it go and why did I not get more done? But like I said last week, like I always have like these expectations that I'm going to get this much done and then this much stuff is really what probably could have only gotten done in the first place, but I have lofty expectations of my time. But yeah, so I had a pretty good week. Hopefully you did too. This week I have 2 fully framed objects to show and I'm super excited to show those. And I didn't get any completed cross stitches done this week, so that will put me one behind for my personal goal of getting 1 cross stitch done a week. But next week I should have 2, so that'll catch me back up. But in my defense, I was kind of jumping around from project to project, so I didn't get any fully completed done. And then it was just a busy week. There was a lot going on. We did spent a lot of time out in our yard. The house that we moved to, the front and the backyard are pretty big. And so we spent a lot of time, like the top of our yard is kind of rustic, but raking out like all the dead leaves, and my husband was trimming trees, and then he fertilized the front lawn and we watered it in so we could, get that nice and green. And then yesterday I spent some time in the front yard mowing and weed whacking. So that just took up a lot of time and energy. And I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so I'd mow for a little while, take a break, do a little weed whacking. And I think I shared last week, we got a new self-propelled lawnmower because one day after trying to mow the lawn, our front lawn is pretty hilly, I texted my husband at work and I said, "You're going to find me dead on the lawn when you come home one day because it's just so hard." But I'm just not comfortable in a riding lawnmower. Things just kind of scare me, especially because the hills on our backyard are pretty steep. So I don't know how, I just don't think I would like a riding lawnmower. So our solution was, well, let's get a self-propelled lawnmower. That should be easier. So yesterday as I was mowing, I texted my husband and I'm like, this lawnmower is not any easier to push than our old one. Maybe we made a mistake spending this extra money. And so last night I happened to be I was talking to my dad and stepmom on the phone. And my dad said, well, did you press the lever to engage it? And I was like, well, just the lever that you squeezed, to start the mower. He's like, no. He's like, there should be like a lever, that you like pull or squeeze to engage the self-propelled part. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I should have like went through that thing they give you with the lawnmower called the instruction booklet. And so, yeah, we kind of got a good laugh about that. And then, and of course he added, well, you did remember to put the oil in it, right? Before you started it. Oh, yeah, we got a good laugh about that. But to my dad's defense, it was a regular thing for me in high school and in college to call home and say, my car broke down, can you come and get me? And he would always say, do you need me to bring the gas can? And I'd be like, yeah, maybe. Because my car really didn't break down. We had probably ran out of gas because I just never paid attention. So yeah, tomorrow when I get out there to finish the back lawn, I'm going to look for the little lever or thumb through the instruction booklet. But I'm just one of those, I jump right in it kind of girls, and instruction booklets, who needs instruction booklets? But yeah. So, so that took up a big part of my time along with like work and school. So the usual, but so sadly I didn't get as much stitching time this week that I normally try to put in. But, so I will start. So one of the things I got in the mail this week, and I've been waiting for, and another story, our mail service, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but regularly, thank goodness I have honest neighbors. My neighbors will show up on the door, hey, we got your mail, or vice versa, conversely, about a week or 2 ago, I got a package in my mailbox and I thought I didn't order anything and that should be coming. And it was my neighbor's package, something he ordered. So I took it over there and gave it to him so he didn't have to wait for it. But I'm not sure what's going on there. But so that makes me worried that a couple things that probably should be here already that aren't, if somebody else less honest gets your stuff and doesn't give it back, then it's just gone. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's still out there waiting to be delivered. But So the thing I did get this week was my Cut-Thru haunted house from Bothy Threads. So I was super excited to get this. I obviously won't get to this anytime soon, but I got it for a great price, and I've always wanted it for my stash. So the threads all come, it's really nice, all pre-sorted. The only thing I'll do different with this kit is I'll swap out the fabric. I want to do it on something, there's like a purplish color, probably like an over dyed, so it's more like Halloweenish. But yeah, this is definitely in line behind the Halloween advent from Primitive Hair and Vinny the Vampire from Glendon Place. So not, like I said, not anytime soon, probably not for this Halloween, unless I happen to win the lotto and I can just stitch all day every day. But yeah, since I haven't been buying any lottery tickets, that's probably not going to happen either. So yeah, so that was the only thing that came this week besides bills. But yeah. So hopefully this week, like I said, those things that are out there floating around come in, because I'm excited to get them, but they're just not here. So as far as stitching this week, last week I think I showed my April finish from Crocette Gogo, and then that's from the time window, and that was from the January, February, March, and April all come together. But I didn't see it until it was closer to April. So I started with April, and then last week, May, June, July, and August. So part 2 of the time window came out. So I started on May, but that's as far as I got. Not very far. I only stitched on it for like an evening. But the animal that's going to go over here is a little fox, and he's super cute. So hopefully one night this week, probably Friday night, I'll sit and finish stitching this up so that maybe I can have it framed for either next time or the following week so that it's ready to go for May. And then, but also this week I have to finish up May from Snowflower Diaries, because that's a gift. But I already have June stitched up because I couldn't resist. So I'm kind of mini ahead on that series. So, but I just got to knock out May this week, and then I'll be good to go. And then the other thing that I stitched on this week was Tudor B from Blue Flower. But this is how far my progress is. And the fabric is, it's on 28 count. It's like a pale spring green. It's really pretty. It's hard to see the true color, but it's really pretty. And then I swapped out the threads I'm using between Gentle Art and Weeks Dye Works. But when I finish it, I'll share the colors that I use. But it's so pretty. And I thought about maybe using some metallic, but I ended up not. But about halfway done. So I'm super excited. Because once this one's done, I want to do the spring pillow, the spring pillow from Blue Flower in the punch needle in Primitive Cross Stitch magazine. So that'll give me incentive to get that done so I can move that into the rotation. But yeah, those are just so pretty. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stitch them into pillows or frame them. Because my sewing skills are pretty iffy. And I still haven't cut first frost, if you're wondering. And I don't know when, but I really want to see those finished because they're going to be super cute, I think, with the little, like, way that I'm going to frame them. But nope, still haven't cut them. So, yeah, but that's sad because those things have been done for probably a good 4 or 5 weeks. So, but it's not snowy, it's spring. So, as long as before the snow flies, I get them done, right? So the next thing I worked on this week, and this could technically count as a mini finish for me because I got January done. But I think I shared a time or two ago, I decided to kind of late do a temperature calendar for this week, only because it was kind of perfect for the fluctuations that we had that were kind of abnormal here for Texas. So I'm doing mine pattern after Jardin Prive's. 2020 they did she did a free temperature calendar that are like little houses, and I think this year's is like little spools or like thread winders. But I chose to do the houses, and I'm going to do it similar to the way that they did theirs. But they gave some free motifs in the pattern, and I'll link that up below. But I also sat last week and charted out a bunch of different little motifs so that I didn't have to, every time a birthday comes by, not just use a little cake or something that's personal to that person if it's their birthday or whatever. So, but this is how far I got so far. So I'm through January and up to February. And then one thing I'm going to do is every month, whatever the highest temperature was next to that house that's right here, I'm going to stitch a little sun next to that house. So that's one thing I'm going to repeat that I'll go through every month. And then, like I said, just different motifs. This house right here is my husband's birthday, so I kind of stitched a little longhorn in front of it. Longhorn-ish. It's not perfect, but you know, I know what it means. So yeah, so I'll be super excited. And I did measure out, and my fabric should be long enough, as long as I don't go motif crazy. So yeah, so this is really, it's a fun stitch. It actually goes pretty quick. And I'm gonna wait, so I should be able to get through March this month, because I'm going to wait for the whole month. I have a site that I track the high temperature for each day, and but I'm going to wait for the entire month to be done, so that way I can kind of plan out where the motifs need to go, and so nothing gets messed up, or I'm not using too many. So, but yeah, so I'm super excited to keep working on that. So I got a little bit done. So yeah, so that was pretty much all I got done stitching wise this week. So not a lot, but hey, some's better than none, that's for sure. So now I'll share framing. So the first thing I'm going to share though, so I probably framed this. This is from one of my first floss tubes, but it was, and kind of still is, Texas from Heinz It. But the other day, we had the back door open. It was pretty windy outside, and I wasn't even thinking. And I opened the front door, and well, I don't know how hard the wind was blowing, but it had to have been blowing pretty hard. Well, the kinetics of the wind decided to suck through the house, and it was sitting on the shelf right there behind my head, and the wind just took it and it went flying, because I didn't have it like on an easel. It was just kind of just sitting up there. Well, it went flying. So this is the frame now. But it might have been the universe's way of telling me, maybe you should go back and do it right. Because I think if you didn't see the first time when I showed it, for some reason I thought I just bought the frame, like a ready-made frame, a 5x7. And I thought, oh, it'll fit in a 5x7 perfectly. And well, it kind of does, but I'll show you what I mean. When I first framed it up, it fits in a 5x7, but like the white space isn't even like all the way around. So it fits, but I was like, man, it's just for me. Like, I'm good with it. So apparently the universe wasn't. So it blew it off the shelf. But now that the frame perfectly came apart in two pieces, I am going to cut it down like slightly. So I'll just take the cross stitch and I'll unpin the top and the bottom and fold it back and cut off a little bit of the foam core on the top and the bottom. So I'll cut down the frame. So the next time you see it, I'll put it back together and it will be even all the way around. So it'll be a custom ready-made frame, and it'll be fixed. So hopefully that will make the universe happy. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny that of all the things that blew off the shelf, it was that one. So, and then the way it broke apart, I was like, okay, I'll fix it. So but anyway, so that brings me to the finishes for this week, the ones I've been super excited to show. So the first one is from, well, they're actually both from Barbara Anna, but the first one is called Cup of Frida. And the only thing I did different, not knowing that she was going to do the stitch along that's currently going on called Dreaming Frida. So this one was called Cup of Frida, and it was shaped like a cup, but I didn't stitch the handle because I just wanted it to be the girl. But this is how she came out. So this is the frame. And then, so what I did was I stenciled on the frame this kind of motif right here. So I kind of only went halfway up the frame. I was going to do the whole frame, then I got halfway up and I'm like, nah, I like how that looks. So then the flowers that I carved that's like the little desert flower that's right up here on top of the cactus. And then those flowers are the ones that are right here in her hair. I'll kind of turn them so you can kind of see they're kind of dimensional, so they'll kind of stick out a little bit farther. And then the same thing with the flower on the bottom. But yeah, so I was super excited how this one came out. All I have to do is put a hanger on the back because I'm not really sure where I'm going to hang these yet. I'm slowly running out of wall space. And especially once I ever frame everything up, I'm really in trouble. But yeah, I really like how this one came out. It's kind of hard to see the subtleties, but I'll try and take good pictures for Instagram so you can kind of see there's a little bit of modeling around the edges of the inside of the frame. So, but yeah, super excited for this one. So, Cup of Frida by Barbara Anna. And I'll put the link below. I think this pattern's available not just in one place. You can get it other places. But the final one is, like I said, also from Barbara Anna, and this was from her last stitch along. It was just called The Dreaming Girl. So kind of like the first and maybe her Dreaming Girl series. And I hope she does a lot of them because I really like them. So, and I can't wait. If you're interested, I'll put the link below. But Dreaming Frida, part 1 is out, and then the second part comes out on the 15th. So I'm pretty sure that's this week sometime. So I'll probably be working on that as well as everything else. But so yeah, so this was the first one, the original one, just called The Dreaming Girl. So again, on this one, I stenciled one of those motifs that's in her hair up here, and kind of did like the two-tone of like what her hair is. And then it's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of modeled around the edge. And then there's a key. And that's just kind of representative of, she uses keys in a lot of her patterns, but kind of like when you're unlocking your dreams, like it kind of made sense just to use a little key. So there's a close-up to show the carving of the little key. But yeah, so she needs a hanger too. And again, I don't know where I'm going to hang this, but it's just fun to have them all like framed up and you can just sit back and look at them. But yeah, I have to start finding places to hang all this stuff. But yeah, so I was super excited how this one came out too. So yeah, so that's my 2 finishes this week. So like I said, I'll put the links below to all the different stuff that I showed today, patterns and stuff I talked about. So for next time, I'm not sure if anybody else is going to be participating in Stitch Mania. So it's the MAYNIA. And as I was kind of like reading over different people's plans and intentions for it, some people are going to go with 21. So that's where you just pick random projects or stuff that you have. It could be anything, I guess, whips or UFOs, whatever. And you work on them or you start 21 patterns, or some people are going to work on 21 different things. How I think I'm going to do, since there's 31 days, I'm going to go through my stuff that's already kitted up. So there'll be new starts, but they're already stuff that's waiting in line to be stitched. So I'm going to pick out 15. So I'm going to stitch on each one for 2 days. So take 15 things that are kitted up. And last time I thought I was getting out of control, but I only have 13 things kitted up right now. So that means I have to find 2 things to put in there. So that'll be fun. That'll give me a reason to go to the cross-stitch store. But yeah, so I'm going to pick 15 things and work on each one 2 days. So for me, that's kind of like a bonus. So that way they were already like in a line to get started. And then when I finally do get to them, each one's going to have a little bit done. It might be a little bit challenging. I'm going to have to pick out smaller things so I can still stay on track for my 1 a week finishes. But yeah, I think it'll just be fun to kind of like pull stuff out of the stash and especially things that I already want to work on eventually anyway. So that's my tentative plan. I don't know, it might change. It just depends on how other people are going to do theirs too. But yeah, I just want to participate because like I said, it kind of just gets the juices flowing and keeps you excited about what's coming up and keeps you on point to finish the stuff you're working on so you can get to that stuff that's waiting. So yeah, Stitch Mania coming up. And then, like I said, this week I need to finish those Mays. And then since I didn't finish anything this week, I'm going to try and show next week May framed up from Crocette a Gogo. And then I'll probably have to try and find something out of the closet because that closet needs attention. And poor Bent Creek Snowman is still out in the garage waiting. So I think he's going to make his debut next week, even though it's springtime. We need the 4th of July snowman. So yeah, so that's kind of like my week. I need to get organized and get some stuff done like in that sense. But also I need to try to find a way to get some more stitching time in this week because last week was not good for me anyway. So yeah, just leave in the comments below if anybody is going to be doing Stitch Mania or what your plans are, how you plan on working it. I don't think there's really any rules that I think people just don't care as long as you're just participating and showing fun stuff. Yeah, I don't care either. So yeah, share below if you're going to do it, what your plans are, or if you started anything new this week, what have you. But yeah, other than that, hopefully you have a good week. like I said, next week is kind of going to be up in the air as far as what I get done or what I have to show for framing. But yeah, until then, happy stitching. Bye.